Good afternoon from Plymouth again today. Welcome to the live Q&A. Okay, I'll give it a few minutes for people to log on, make sure they're all online. Okay, today you can ask me anything you want to on nutrition, on well-being, on exercise. Okay, for those that don't know, I've been in the nutrition business, well, the exercise business and the coaching business, as well as teaching, lecturing for about 20 years now. So, hi Katie, how are you doing? So I'm here to answer your questions. As Katie knows, I used to be a lecturer for 4 years. So, yeah, I'm happy to help in any way you want. So anything to do with nutrition, exercise, well-being, any questions on your diet, your immune system, I'm happy to fire away. So hi Linda, how are you doing? A couple of Northers online today, North Yorkshire, East Yorkshire. So I'm in Plymouth and I'm in the southwest. I'm Yorkshire last two. It's nice to see you. Okay, so while I'm waiting for other people to log on, I just want to talk about protein until we wait just for some questions to come online. So if you're deficient in protein, I've done some posts on this in the past, I've talked about it in lectures before. You may be suffering from mood swings, depression, irritability, muscle wastage, fatigue, weakness, brittle hair and nails, pale skin, headaches. Basically our whole bodies are made of protein, okay? From our hair to our nails to our skin to our muscles, our blood cells, our hormones, okay? And when we are deficient in protein, it affects us. Hi Katie, someone from Cornwall's on. Okay, so when we're not getting enough protein, it affects our mood, it affects our hormones, it affects the way our skin looks, the way our hair looks, the way our nails look, okay? We get dry skin, we get brittle nails, you'll get dry hair. So it'll affect your hormones, which will affect your mood. So somebody who asked me a question on hormones not last week, 2 weeks ago. Okay, you may be deficient in protein. Okay, so it's essential to get enough protein in your diet, not just for healthy weight loss, not just for healthy muscles, but also for our skin, our hair, our nails, our mood. Okay, for those that have got the book, I don't know if you've got it to hand. Okay, so this is a book that I've written. Shape Up, Be the Best version of can't get my words out today. Best version of you. Okay, I've done a section on here, it's on page 20. So it's all about protein and why our bodies need it. Okay, so I'll just read this out to you while I'm waiting for people to put questions in. So basically, protein builds, maintains and replaces tissues in your body. Hi Sarah. Okay, it's, like I've just said, it's what our bodies are made of. Your muscles, your organs, your immune system. And I've talked a lot about the immune system lately because that's what fights off the viruses. That's what keeps us healthy and strong. That's what bats it all away. Okay, so our immune system is more essential than ever right now. It's essential all the time, but more so while we're fighting a deadly virus, okay? It's our immune system which is going to go in and fight all the illnesses, okay? So it's essential to look after it, okay? And protein plays a role in that, along with everything else we've discussed, from vitamin D to eating the right foods, from our physical to our mental health. Okay, the body uses specialist protein molecules for specific jobs. For instance, your body uses protein to make hemoglobin, which is what makes up the red blood cells, and carries oxygen to every part of your body. Okay, feel free to put a question in while I'm talking. I'm just filling in the gaps. Okay? So fire away. Okay, other proteins are used to build muscles and cardiac muscles. That's your heart. In fact, whether you're training or relaxing, protein is working on building and repairing muscles, your heart, your lungs, and protecting us from disease. Okay, so if you've been listening from the beginning, you'll know how essential it is for protein. Every client I've ever worked with, whether it's been a one-on-one client or whether it's been in a group setting, most of them have been deficient in protein. Okay, so not only is it essential to keep us at a healthy weight, it is essential for our health, our immune system, and keeping us strong and healthy. So if you've not been up in your protein, it's time to. It's essential for health, growth, and repair. So an important That's what happens when you do a workout of lots of coffee and then you have your lunch. Okay, an important component of every cell in the body, hair and nails. They are all made up of protein. It's essential to build and repair tissues. It's essential to make enzymes, as I've said earlier, hormones and other body chemicals. Protein is an important building block of bones, muscles, cartilage, skin and blood. I'm much better at talking than I am at reading. Okay, so I've listed a lot of things on protein. I know we've talked about protein before, so whether you're vegetarian or whether you eat meat. Okay, if you've got the book, there is 2 pages on where you can get protein from animal products, from eggs, milk, yogurt, beef, turkey, chicken, fish, to vegetarian products from lentils, black beans, kidneys, seeds, nuts, or green vegetables. Okay, protein is in lots of different foods. It doesn't just have to come from animals. Okay, has anybody got any questions? I've got some pre-questions already sent to me. So if you haven't got any questions just yet, I'll give it a minute and then I'll start answering the questions I've already been given. Any questions? Fire away. I'll just have a quick drink of tea. How is everybody after box fit? How are you doing, Paul? Alright, Jana? Have we all had a good lunch? Have we recovered well? Is everybody, I know a few people have bought the book. So how are you getting on with that? Is it helping? I'm asking you the questions. I know there's a minute delay in me asking these questions, so I'm sure all of a sudden I'll just get loads of comments coming through. Okay, so while we're waiting, I've got some pre-questions already sent through to me. Just checking there's no questions. Okay, so I'll answer Tamsin's question while I'm waiting to see if you've got any questions for me. So Tamsin has sent me 2 questions, and the first one, is it important to do 10,000 steps a day? So 10,000 steps a day was a benchmark set by the government as a healthy recommendation for doing more activity. Okay, so if that's your activity, you know, if that's all you do every day, it's a good amount of activity for keeping our heart and lungs strong. It's good to do some form of activity. But if you're doing other exercise, it is not essential to do 10,000 steps a day. Okay, so I do a lot of training, but I don't often make my 10,000 steps a day, and it doesn't matter because I'm doing other forms of exercise. Okay, like the box fit earlier, it was only a 20-minute, about half an hour including the warm up and cool down. But it was a short workout, but we worked very hard in that period of time. So it's not essential to do 10,000 steps a day. It's essential to do some form of exercise a day, but it's not essential to do 10,000 steps a day. Some people get a bit obsessed with this. Okay, I'll come to you in a second, Linda. I'll just finish this question. Okay, it's good to have a benchmark, and if that's your benchmark for the day, that's great, because it keeps you moving, it keeps you healthy, it keeps your heart and lungs strong. So I'm just looking out the window because I think there's a parcel being delivered. Yep, they always come at good times. Thank you. Yeah, so it's not essential. As long as you're doing some form of exercise, that's great. Okay, so if that's your benchmark for exercise, that's great, do it. But if you're already doing exercise, if you're doing workouts, that's also fine. It's just good to be moving in some way or another and to work at what's right for you. Okay, Linda. I have another injury through walking, so again, I feel it's knocked me back. Okay. Have you got a question regarding that, Linda? I'm just reading the other questions. Do you want to know the forms of exercise, Linda? Come back to me with a question on that, because I can see you've got another injury and it's knocked you. So just ask me what you'd like to know. That's fine. If you're looking for specific exercise advice, just come back to me. I'll just come to Katie while you come back to me. My husband wants to know how we can avoid snacking in the evenings. Okay, Katie, what is your husband eating during the day? Okay, because usually we snack in the evening because we haven't eaten enough during the day. Is he having a good breakfast, a good lunch and a good tea? And what's he eating for his breakfast, his lunch and his tea? So come back to me on that and then I'll come back to you. Okay, just tell me roughly what he's eating, and if he's eating 3 regular meals a day, roughly what he's eating. So come back to me. Is it my body telling me to pack it in? No, it's your brain telling you to pack it in. Our minds. They're powerful tools. They can be our best friend or our worst enemies. Okay? What you need to do is listen to your body. So if you're getting an injury, it's time to step it back a little. Okay, if you're overdoing it, what's the injury, Linda? Did you say you got it from walking? Through walking. Tell me what the injury is. Okay, it sounds to me like an overuse injury. So what you need to do is focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. Okay? So tell me what it is that you've injured and how you injured it, and then we can come back to how you can improve it. Because often when we're getting an overuse injury, it's our body telling us, okay, you might need to stretch it more, you might need to use it less, and then we need to focus on what we can do until that particular part of our body is recovered from the injury. Okay, so pain in the right, we'll call them the gluteus maximus. Okay, that just sounds like it's tight. Okay, so that's your glutes being overused. So you need to do some stretches on your bum, basically. So remind me, and I will put a post on for some glute stretches on the page. So it's not your body telling you to pack it in, it's your body telling you to take it easy and to lay off a little bit on that area. So if there's exercise that involve your glutes, which is your bum, then ask for an alternative exercise. Listen to your body, work on the parts that are working well and let it heal and stretch it. Does that help answer your question? Come back to me if not. Alright, Neville? Okay, I'm just waiting for Kate to come back to me. I'll ask Sarah's question. I'm now drinking soy milk. I love it more so than normal milk. Can I just rely on soy or do I need normal milk? In terms of nutrition, Sarah? Okay, soy milk is a type of protein. It's had up and down research. There's good research for protein, for soy protein for soy, and there's bad research. Okay, if it agrees with you and you like it, that's fine. Alright, there's no problem there. If you're eating a balanced diet, that's fine. It's like me with oat milk. I have goat's milk in my tea, I have cow's milk in my coffee, and I make hot chocolates with the Oatly barista milk because I love it. Okay, and it's what works for you. And unless it's causing you any problems, it's not hurting you. The only thing that's in normal milk is calcium, and often the milk products, the alternative milk products, like almond milk or oat milk, they have calcium fortified in them. Have a look at your packaging on your soy milk, because that might be fortified with calcium as well. So just check that. But if you're eating yogurt and you're eating butter and you're eating cheese, you'll be getting enough calcium in your diet. Does that answer your question? Come back to me. Okay, so back to Katie on her husband and not wanting to snack on the night. Normal breakfast is brown fat, lunch is Hugh. Is that shake? Hugh? No snacks throughout the day and a good well-balanced evening meal with the Greek yogurt nuts. Alright, so he's not having enough during the day. Bran flakes will go boom. It's like putting, I've said this about oats before, it's like putting sawdust on a fire. Okay, there's not that many calories. I know it's got fibre in, but it's not the best source of fibre. Fruit and vegetable is your best source of fibre. Sometimes it can have the opposite effect of what you think, and it can bung you up completely. So fruit and veg, if you're looking for more fibre, is great. Okay, what I put on last night about overnight oats, that is a perfect breakfast for getting all your antioxidants, for getting your fibre, some nutrients, and then you've got your healthy fats and proteins from your seeds and nuts. Okay, so try and have a bigger breakfast, okay, because that is hardly anything. Right, we should be eating big breakfast, we should be eating a medium lunch and small tea. Okay, but what we're doing is having small breakfast. I'm not sure what Hugh is, okay? Hugh, what is it? Is it a protein shake or something? I've heard of it. Okay, and a small lunch, how many calories is it? Roughly 400, I guess. So, small lunch, a small breakfast, not very big lunch, and then a nice healthy balanced tea. Okay, he's not putting enough calories and nutrients in his body. That is exactly why he's hungry on the night. Alright, he needs to switch it all around. Okay, good breakfast, good lunch, good tea. And I guarantee he will not be hungry. And the only thing that might happen is from habit, and he might be hungry, not hungry, but he might be craving things because he's got used to eating things on the night. Okay, so just tell me roughly how many calories are in a Hugh shake. And why is he having a Hugh shake? Is he short on time? So from my experience, food is the best nutrition you can get. Okay, when we break things up and shake them up, you take the fibre away from the fruit and vegetables. Okay, and the fibre is what keeps us full. Okay, so it goes straight through to the stomach. There's still a little bit of fibre in there if it's blended, but not as much as if you're having the proper food, because we got to chew it up, we got to break it down, and it does its job and it fills us up. Okay, you've taken that away from the shakes, it's going straight into the stomach and it gets digested quicker. So we are not full for a long period of time. We get full quickly, but then it gets burnt quickly. Okay, so if he has the time, right, switch the bran flakes to the overnight oats. Okay, what I put on last night. The recipe's in the book. I'm not sure if you've got a book, have you, Katie? Okay, but I will put the recipe on if you need it, or message me if you want the book. Anyway, basically what I put on last night on the page, that's overnight oats. It's very simple and easy to just throw into a container or a glass jar, whatever you've got. Okay, so you've got your oats, you've got your seeds and your nuts, you've got your berries, bananas, whatever you've got, frozen fruit, chuck it in, chuck some, you know, just make it up, whatever milk you want, yogurt, throw it in. Okay, there's a ready-made breakfast there in the morning, and it's done, and it's healthy, it'll keep him fuller. Okay, so if you're short in the amount of time, that's perfect. Okay, when you make your tea, try and make something for his lunch. So if you've got roast chicken, chuck a salad together. You know, you see if you can make something from whatever you're eating on the night, make it into some form of lunch, or if you can take a flask, if you can warm it up in the morning, put it in a food flask, that kind of thing. So he's got a good nutritious meal for his lunch. So just try and get him to eat more food. Okay, proper food. Things like bran flakes and shakes are just not, he's having, what, about 700 or 800 calories from his breakfast and his lunch. Okay, is he starving when he comes in on the night time? And having a good meal, but then he's probably deficient from his calories, so his body's saying he needs more. I'll come back to you, Linda. So, if he starts eating properly, so having a good quality breakfast, get lots of protein in. If he has time, have some eggs, have some omelettes, have some poached eggs, have some scrambled eggs. They're perfect. Okay, overnight oats, easy. Okay, I forgot what I'm talking about. Yeah, get that in his breakfast. Try and get something made up on the night time for his lunch. If you're still hungry on the night, you can have like banana with some much. You can do banana with yogurt, fruit and yogurt. You know, just something that is still nutritious but filling. But I think he's not eating enough during the day. Okay, he's calorie deficient and his body's saying he needs more. So switch it around, because you burn more calories during the day and the body slows down on the night. So you could eat exactly the same calories during the day that you do. If you eat the same amount on the night, you will put weight on. Okay, but if you eat the same amount during the day, you'll burn it off, because your metabolic rate, the rate at which you burn calories, is going like that during the day. On the night, it's slowing down, it's winding down. Okay? Yeah, makes sense. Okay? So up his food during the day, because it'll get burned and you won't be hungry on the night, and you'll probably sleep better. Okay? So I'm not sure how his sleep is, but sometimes when you eat late in the night, your digestion's trying to break it down, our metabolism is slower, so it can make us a bit sluggish. So just try and switch things around about. Good breakfast, good lunch, good tea, wind down. Okay, we need about 4 hours for our food to digest after the evening meal. Okay, so just try that and see if it works. Okay, does that answer your question? Linda, I know you don't do calories, but how do I know if I'm eating too much if I'm not burning them off? Are you weighing yourself, Linda? Have you done your measurements? Did you, in the back of the book, I know you've got a copy of the book. Right. Did you do all your measurements? So every 4 weeks, write in your weight, waist, hips, thighs and arms, or whatever else you want to measure. Have you written them all down? Are you weighing yourself? Tell me what's going on. Okay, how do you know you're not burning them off? Hi, Beth. He's nodding. Okay. I've worked with many clients who have not eaten enough during the day, and then they're starving on the night, and it's just our body saying, I need more fuel, I need more food. So put it in, but put it in when the fire is burning the most, and that is during the day. Our bodies are designed to burn energy. Okay, so put it in when we need it the most. Okay, and your blood sugar will respond and your mood will respond. Okay, so in terms of calories, did you ask me this question before, Linda? I'll come back to your question. Again, it's not really about calories, it's about listening to your body. So, do you eat when you are hungry? Do you stop when you are full? Okay, are you having regular meals? Are you listening to your body? Okay, MyFitnessPal, alright, it's great for tracking your nutrition if you think you're not getting enough protein or enough vitamin C or potassium or fibre or whatever, but it is not the most accurate tool for calorie counting. Alright, there has been a lot of research on this sort of thing, there's been programmes on the telly and they are not accurate. A little bit accurate, but not completely accurate. Okay, we need to have choice in our bodies. We need to listen to our gut. We need to listen to our instincts. And we've become so far unattached from what we should be doing, listening to our bodies. We need to tune in, okay? After a workout, you should start getting an appetite. You should feel hungry. In the morning, when you've woken up, when you've come around a bit, you should feel hungry. And some people have switched off. You know, whether the brain is signalling to the stomach, I'm hungry. I say, so the hunger hormone, ghrelin, I might have talked about that before. Remember that, Katie? Okay, saying it's hungry. But some people are that busy, they're not listening to the signals go between their brain and their gut, or their gut to their brain. And we need to become tuned in. So if you're eating regular, nutritious meals, okay, your blood sugar should be nice and stable. Okay, if your blood sugar has dropped, you will feel irritable, you will feel tired, you will feel shaky. Okay, you're eating too many carbs. Okay, so you're having bread, pasta, biscuits, cake, lots of sugary things because your body's going, I need energy, I need energy. Okay, but you need to change that. So you should, if you're having lots of protein, if you're having lots of healthy fats combined with healthy carbs, there should be no drop in the blood sugar. If you're eating regularly, so every 3 to 4 hours, depending on how much you're eating, at least every 4 hours you should be eating a meal. Okay, and if you're hungry between them, you snack. You can have like boiled eggs, you can cook some up, leave them in the fridge. Okay, you can make some granola. You can have a handful of nuts, natural nuts, so cashew nuts, almonds, walnuts, that kind of thing. Mix it with a bit of fruit. So you've got your protein and you've got your carbs. Combine them together. I sometimes have a banana with a tablespoon of peanut butter. I get the whole earth one because it's more sustainable and it's lower in sugar than the cheap stuff. And I have like a bite banana, a bit of peanut butter, combine them together. Or you can have cut up an apple, put some protein, peanut butter on, combine them. Okay, it's the same. So it's just a little snack that will sort of keep your blood sugar level, keep you tided over until you eat a proper meal. Okay, so it's just maintaining the fire, putting the fuel in regularly. Does that make sense? So, and we've become a nation, well, most of the Western world, obsessed with our diet and our calories and our weight, and so far detached from what our brains and our guts are doing. We need to listen to these, link them together. Does that help, Linda? Hopefully. Gone quiet now. Okay, so until the response comes, I will answer the next question that I've got written down. Okay, let me know if I answered your question. And tell me if you've written your measurements down and your weight down, and how you are measuring everything. Okay, because the measurements are much more important than scales, because when we're doing exercise, and I know you're doing a lot of exercise, our muscle can go up and our fat can go down, but our weight might stay the same, it might go up, because muscle weighs more than fat. Okay, right, back to Tamsin, she's got another question. Is it possible to drink too much water? I sometimes drink over 3 litres and feel I might retain it. Yes, it is possible to drink too much water, especially if you're having a healthy diet, because fruit and vegetables are naturally hydrated, they've got water in them. Okay, it's like food, if you're thirsty, drink. Some people, again, they've lost the signal, so they need to have like a glass water bottle, just sip on it regularly. Sometimes I think the more you drink, the more thirsty you get, because basically it just flushes everything out. But more people have died from overhydration than being dehydrated. Okay, Katie, I don't know if you remember me talking about this in a lecture, but I did a lot of research on dieting. Okay, a woman who did Lighter Life died from drinking too much water. Okay, she had to drink something like 4 litres of water a day, and she drowned her organs. Okay, you'll know if you're dehydrated because you'll be really thirsty, but you won't really know if you're overhydrated. Okay, so it's essential to just drink regular drinks. And the biggest indicator, if you found that you're not drinking enough but you don't feel thirsty, the biggest indicator of dehydration is your wee, your urine. If it's dark and smelly, you are underhydrated. Okay, you are dehydrated. Well, not completely, but you need more water in your diet. Okay, but if it's clear, if it's light coloured, it's fine. Okay, so it's about just drinking regularly, not drinking too much. Okay. Again, it's one of them things where people think, oh, I need to drink loads of water to flush it out, and this is a diet industry. This has come from, it's not healthy. Okay, so you can drink up too much water. So when you are watching this, Tamsin, because I know you said you might be late, yes, is the question. All right, if you are eating lots of fruit and vegetables, they will hydrate you. If you're drinking hot drinks throughout the day, you get hydration from that. Okay, if you're drinking water, milk, all hydrating. Okay, but again, listen to your body, look at the colour of your wee. Alright, if it's dark and it smells, you need to drink more water, but regular sips. Okay, that is the biggest indicator. Hope that answers your question. Has anybody got any more questions? It's gone quiet on here. I don't know if it's it. Oh yeah, there's more. I just didn't scroll down. Every Monday, I'm not losing anything, not measured. Okay, stop weighing yourself, take your measurements, and then stick to that. Okay? Do that for me. Have you got a tape measure? Hi Denise. Okay, so I want you, if you want to weigh yourself once a week, that's fine, Linda, but I want you to take your measurements, okay, because that is the biggest indicator. You are doing a lot of training, you've been doing all the workouts with me, okay, so I want you to take all your measurements, write them down in the back of the book, and I want you to do that and keep an eye on it and look at that, because you might be putting muscle on. Alright, look at that, look at how you're feeling, how's your energy, how's your skin, are you feeling healthier? I want you to watch them measurements, not the scales. Can you do that for me? And don't rely on MyFitnessPal. So fill in your food diary. Ooh, where have you gone? No, you just saw the other side of my room. Fill in your food diary and send it to me and I'll have a look at it. Okay. I've got 2 Denises watching. Right, Katie. Yes, I remember from lectures. It's nice to have a recap. I love learning about nutrition and fitness. I like the apple and peanut snack. I shall try that one. Love the book too. Just reading your message. Yeah, I had my overnight oats. You would have, I was bouncing around the room when I was doing box fit. I'd had my overnight oats, all that energy, all that good feel. It's like 5-star fuel. Boom. I like a bit of coffee too. Okay. So, I think I've answered all your questions. Linda, if I haven't answered your question of what you were looking for, just come back to me and tell me that. Okay, so Tamsin, I've answered your questions. So hopefully you'll get them. Come back to me if I haven't. Okay. Just looking at the other questions I've got while I'm waiting for anyone else to ask me anything. I had a question from Lorraine, who lives in Poole. Don't know if you're watching, Lorraine. Are you on? Okay, so I know I was talking about blood sugar earlier and how it can drop and it can make us feel irritable and dizzy. So I know Lorraine's got a few health issues, but she suffered a blood sugar drop dramatically the other day and left her feeling confused and tired and feeling sick. Okay, I don't know if any of you, I'll come back to you, Katie. I don't know if any of you ever suffered blood sugar drops. I have in the past. I tend to eat regularly and very well, but sometimes things happen and get in the way. Basically, for me personally, it happens it used to happen when I was younger when I didn't eat properly. I would just get dizzy and tired and I would be starving, like you could just put so much food in me and I'd be like that, because your blood sugar is just gone and your body just wants fuel as fast as possible. Okay, if you eat regularly and properly, you will not get that whatsoever. Okay, but basically Ray had asked me on how to sort of keep her blood sugar level. She's also type 2 diabetic, so I think she'd been eating a lot of bread, pasta and rice, and a lot of you might know that that does spike your blood sugar because they are fast release carbohydrates, okay, white sugars, okay, so it can give you a bit of energy and then it can drop and then you crave more sugar and then it goes up and then it goes down and then it goes up and then it goes down. So you've heard me talk about protein before and healthy carbs. Now the two combined together will keep your energy levels and your blood sugar levels. So protein, you've heard me talk a lot about protein. Alright Wolfie, protein helps keep our blood sugar level, okay? And I will go on and on and on about protein, okay? Protein is great. Like I said, it's what our bodies are made of and we need to eat it, okay? So protein, as you may have heard me say before, goes into the lower stomach, okay? Carbohydrates go into the upper stomach, okay? They get burnt quickly, okay? I'll come back to you on them. Protein and fats go into the lower stomach and take longer to digest. So when we combine a protein with a carbohydrate, so like I said to you when I was on the video earlier, a sweet potato with cottage cheese. So we get the carbohydrates, the energy, the goodness from the sweet potato goes into here, we get the fibre that we need, etc. And then the protein goes into the lower stomach from the cottage cheese. Okay, the two combine together and gets released slowly into the blood sugar. Okay, but protein is key in that. And also eating healthy carbs. So again, if you've got the book, and I'll talk about healthy carbs, alright? these are foods that have got more fibre in, because fibre keeps us fuller for longer, alright? It takes longer to break down. So if you've got white bread, for example, versus wholemeal bread, right? White bread has got more sugar in it, and wholemeal bread has got more fibre in it, and it's the fibre that keeps us fuller. Same with vegetables, same with fruit. Okay, it's the fibre that keeps us fuller. So if you're getting a fibrous carbohydrate and some healthy protein, healthy carbs combined together, blood sugar's perfect, appetite perfect, you will not get them sugar spikes. And that's what you need. Does that make any sense? Come back to me if not. Because I could talk about this all day. And you might just be sat there going, not sure what she's talking about. Okay, tell me if it does. Katie, I think I missed a question. Do you rate quinoa and flax seeds? Yes. Were you there when I brought in the porridge and I don't think I put quinoa in. I used to make a quinoa porridge. And I put flax seeds in and chia seeds in. I'm like, this is good and this is good. Because it's high in omega-3, it's high in fibre. So yes, quinoa is a grain, so it's a carbohydrate, but it's one of the carbohydrates that's highest in protein. Okay, there's that word again, protein. Okay, so quinoa is a grain, it's a carbohydrate, but it's got protein in, so it's great. I highly rate quinoa, and I rate flax seeds because healthy fats, fibre, okay, and I believe it's carbohydrates as well. I usually add it to my porridge, so yeah, for many reasons I rate both of them. So, hope that answers your question. Any more questions? I'm just going to have a sip of tea and take a breather. Okay, I've still got some more written down. I might be missing things. Okay, there is a bit of a delay in the questions coming through, and I usually get 3 at once. Okay, I've still got more questions written down. Okay, can you tell me the best, so this is for Denise in Cornwall, I think you're watching now. Can you tell me the best foods for brain health? Okay, so those of you who know me know that I've worked a lot on brain health. Okay, I used to work for a charity called Paul for Brain, which is a fantastic charity set up in Hull. So I wrote a book on brain health. Okay, I'm not sure if I've got it to hand. Oh yeah, there it is. So this one, Paul Spence, he's an awesome guy. Wolfie, if you're still watching, he's a good guy, isn't he? So here's me and Paul. Okay, so our brain is 60% fat. Okay, so we need healthy fats for our brain to function. Okay, when I'm talking about fats, so going back to my book, the Shape Up book, fats. I love fats, I could talk about fats all day. Are you still watching, Wolfie? Okay, so not only is fat a concentrated source of energy, okay, it helps protect our vital organs, it also helps us enable vitamins A, D, and E and K, which are fat soluble and they're essential for health. But not only that, it's essential for our brain. So like I've said, our brain is 60% fat. Okay, so when you have got issue, if you've got a brain condition, if you're recovering from a brain injury, okay, you need good fats. Everybody needs good fats, okay, but it's essential when you've got a brain condition. So I'm talking oily fish, so that's sardines, tuna, salmon, mackerel, natural nuts, so your walnuts, your cashew nuts, your almonds, your seeds, avocado. We all love avocado, don't we? And then you've got your natural oils. Okay, so that's one of the things I recommend for a healthy brain. I've talked a lot about these. Antioxidants, fruit and vegetables. Feel free to ask me more questions while I'm waffling. Okay, I've put posts on about the immune system before, and I've said antioxidants. Okay, there's stuff in my Shape Up book about this. Okay, there's more information on this because it's targeted just at the brain. Okay, so berries, blackcurrants, leafy greens, blueberries, anything rich in colour is packed full of antioxidants. Okay, so not only do we need the healthy fats for our brain, we need antioxidants which help us heal, which keep our immune system strong. Okay, eggs. I love eggs. Eggs are great for the brain, full of B vitamins, full of choline. Okay, they're just great for brain function. I always feel better when I have eggs for breakfast. Okay, already said about oily fish. healthy fats. Who's tried coconut oil? I love coconut oil. I don't know if you're just listening to me or if you've written questions down. Dark chocolate, that's a treat food, it's good for our brain. So basically just natural nutritious food, but most people lack the healthy fats. So that's what's essential for our brain. So lots of fruit and vegetable, highest in colour and healthy fats, okay, and obviously protein. It's the combination of natural foods, okay, it's nature, it heals us. You know, food can be your worst enemy or best friend. It can make us ill or it can make us better. Does that answer your question? Any more questions? I'm not sure if my internet is bringing them through or not. Anything about exercise, your immune system, anything I've not made clear? Just ask away. I'm just going to check that this is working. Sarah, you love it. Have you got any questions? MCT. Medium chain triglyceride, I believe. Where have you got that from, Linda? I believe that's something like a coconut oil, so it's a medium chain, so it goes into the blood. Where's that question come from, Linda? I'm pretty sure MCT is medium chain triglyceride, so it's a medium chain fat. So instead of it, so coconut oil for example, I'm just checking this is working. So butter for example is a long chain fat, a long chain triglyceride, so it gets digested, and whereas a coconut oil is a medium chain, so it can go into the blood. Does that make sense? It's quite scientific and complex. So just, if you want to just ask a bit more on that question and why you're asking about that, I can answer it better hopefully. Okay. Just checking my internet connection, I think it's working. Hi Ali, how are you doing? Have you got any questions on nutrition or exercise? Not working. My connection is a little bit slow. Okay, I will talk about the immune system while you're watching and I'm waiting for questions to come through. So, vitamin D. I've had a question about vitamin D. Where's it gone? Best sources of vitamin D. Okay, so if we're going to get vitamin D from food, obviously the best source of vitamin D is the sun. Okay, we absorb it through our skin. Okay, but we also need calcium to absorb vitamin D. The two work together. So if you've seen like in hot countries, places like Africa where they're deficient in calcium but they have a lot of sun, you can get rickets. Okay, that's caused by lack of vitamin D, because vitamin D needs calcium to be absorbed into the bones through the skin. Okay, so they lack, how do I explain this? So they're lacking calcium in their diet, so the vitamin D is not being absorbed properly. Does that make sense? Okay. So, to improve our immune system, there's lots of things that we need to go on. I'm jumping back and forth with the questions, but I'm trying to stick to vitamin D, and I'll go into the rest. So, the best source is the sun, but we need calcium in our diet to absorb the vitamin D. Okay, in terms of food, the best sources are eggs. You get it in milk products. You get it in fish. Question, what about protein portion sizes? Do you measure out soya oats, etc.? Yes, when I'm making like overnight oats, because I'm not a massive fan of oats, so I'll fill it with other things. So I'll put maybe 40 or 50 grams in, but not always. I don't usually measure things out. Only when I'm making something to a recipe, or just to get my portion sizes, like my macros right. So, yeah, it kind of depends what you're making. You know, it's if you are trying to sort of keep your portions down, maybe use a smaller plate. And so, if you're making a big meal, put it onto a smaller plate, and if you're still hungry, go back for more. Okay, because sometimes we've got it in our heads, so psychologically we need to finish our plates. Okay, so if you're already full, you'll keep going. But if you've got it on a smaller plate and you wait 10-20 minutes and you're full, that's great. You've got your lunch made for the next day. So just try it that way around. Again, but it all depends on what you're making and what you're doing. But I don't usually measure things. Okay, I usually just chuck something together, listen to my body. Okay, but again, sometimes I do. Because stuff like pasta I do because, or making a risotto, because it just like doubles or trebles in size. So things like that I do because, you know, you tend to like make too much of it in one go. And I'm very much of the psychology that I like to finish my plate even when I'm full, because I enjoy my food and love my food so much. So in terms of pasta, in terms of rice, in terms of oats and things, I don't like to waste things, so I'll measure that out. But again, it all depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to do. But in terms of portion size, try going for a smaller plate. Okay, wait 20 minutes, and if you're still hungry, get some more, but if not, you've got your lunch made. Does that answer your question, Linda? Sarah, when things get better and we can return to the gyms, do you do classes and where from? That's my exercise question. Yes, I do. I think I might be online for a while and I'm quite happy to do them online. Okay, but yeah, I run a thing called Shape Up, which is group classes. And usually it's a combination of nutrition, so like the first half an hour is all about nutrition, and educate you on habit changing, nutrition, exercise, etc. It's like an 8-week course, and then we do half an hour of exercise. Okay, and they run in Plymouth and Cornwall. And we were expanding, but everything came to a halt. So everything's online, even the one in Cornwall's online. Okay, does that answer your question? And you're in Plymouth, so you'll be alright, you can come to that one. I also do one-on-one stuff, okay? But I'm sure I can run a business online if I wanted to, but I'm quite happy doing it for free. You've all been very kind with your donations and your support and your kind words, which has kept me sane as well. Okay, so, but I do group classes, which involve nutrition and exercise. Okay, but if there's a call for the online stuff, I'll keep that going, no problem. And it's a pleasure working with you too. So yeah, there is one running in Cornwall, Katie. You're in Cornwall, aren't you, Katie? Whereabouts in Cornwall are you? There's that minute delay, and then they'll all come through at once. And then I'll start waffling about vitamin D again, and then forget what I'm saying. Okay. So I was telling you best source is vitamin D until you come back to me. Okay, so eggs, fish, oily fish, you know, they're all good. Sardines especially. Okay, it's the little bones that have got the calcium, the vitamin D in. Okay, but again, our best source is the sun. Just little bursts of the sun. So make sure you've got some exposure to the sun without sun cream, but small bursts. Okay, because sun cream does block the vitamin D going through. But if you're getting like 10 minutes without sun cream, that's good. And you've got calcium in your diet, the two work together. Okay, we're in Plymouth. Well, we were running, what's the name of the church? It's at the bottom of Durnford Street, the church there. Hi, Anne. We was setting another one up at the other end of Plymouth, up towards Morgan's Gym. Can't remember the name of the community centre, so that was going ahead. So there was lots of plans to expand. Okay, but obviously it all went to a halt. But the one that was running was at, I think it's St Paul's, at the bottom of Durnford Street. Do you know where that is? There's a bus stop right outside it, and there's a little village hall. And then we're about to start running one in the community centre, but obviously everything just stopped. My pleasure. Near Redruth. Caherrick. I think that's the place it's run. Is that right? Caherrick. I think that's near Redruth. So a lovely lady called Lorna. Hi Tamsin, I answered your questions earlier. I might have to recap on them. If you just come on. Caherrick. Does that ring a bell? I think it's between Truro and Redruth. Yeah, well, I'll be more than happy to set things up. I could probably run a Shape Up course online, do it through Zoom. And then we can just run, I don't know how long it'll take to get back into the community, but if you want me to carry on running online stuff, I'm sure I could sort something out and set something up, and we could do it through Zoom, and then we could have an online class. Okay, it's nice to work with people. There's funny noises coming upstairs. But yeah, it's doable. I've learned that now. Because obviously I did everything face to face before. But since doing this, I've learned that I can do things online and we can do things on Zoom. So we can run online classes. You know, we can have interaction with each other. So if you'd like that, I'm sure I can set that up in the near future and we can plan that. Not a problem. Ah, perfect for you. Lorna's currently running it online. She does it on a Friday at 9:30. So afterwards I could probably link you to her. I miss it too, Linda. But we can do online stuff. We can set up group classes online, not a problem. It's all very cheap and I'm sure I can do it. I'm quite happy to do it for free for now. But in the future, I mean, the group classes only cost £6 a week. Okay, and we can do it online. Would you be happy to pay that? And that way we can do the nutrition talks and then we do the exercise and we can see each other, we can have interaction. Okay, and I'm more than happy to do that. Okay, so we'll just see how we get on and how this rolls out. And then we can have everyone from Hull, we can have Anne who's in Dubai, and we'll just go with it, see how it goes. Okay, Tamsin, would you like me to go over your questions again? I'll just recap on them because I'm sure you might want to watch this back. So when we had the quiet bits, which we do, we have quiet bits, it goes really quiet. I start waffling on about protein or vitamin D and probably lose you all. So you asked me if it was important to do 10,000 steps a day. Okay, I said it's important if that's your benchmark. Okay, but it's not essential if you're doing exercise. So you did the box for earlier. That was a 20-minute workout. Half an hour include the warm-up and cool down. Okay? Cool. So it was a short workout. It was quick and it was effective and it was hard. Okay, so that was a good workout. You do not need to do 10,000 steps a day if you're already working out every day. Okay, I don't get my 10,000 steps every day. Sometimes we get things in our head and we have to do them. But it's a great benchmark if that's what you do, because not everybody can do intense workouts. You might be in recovery and that might be your goal, and that's great. But as long as you're moving, that is key to good health. Doing some form of exercise every day. Well, not every day, light exercise every day. But good workouts, sort of 3 to 4 times a week is perfect, okay? And on your days off, you think, oh, I'd like to get my 10,000 steps, that's fine. Okay, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. As long as you're moving and you're doing some form of exercise, okay, that's great. 3 to 4 workouts a week is great as well. Okay, so that's why I only do 3 to 4 workouts a week on here. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less if I've been banged on the head, for example. It took me 2 days to recover from that. And then I come bouncing around after my coffee this morning. Okay, I'm going off on one again. So yeah, some form of exercise is great. You don't have to do 10,000 a day, but it's a great goal. Okay, that's all you can do. All right, it's fine. Okay, so as long as you're moving every day, doing some form of exercise, and I know you've been doing the workouts all week and you've been smashing them out, and that's awesome. Okay, it's more intense exercise, so in some ways it's better. Okay, but if 10,000 steps a day is your goal, that's great too. Does that make sense? Okay, but sometimes we sort of, what's the word? We're going to like maintenance zone, we do the same thing every day and nothing changes. So when I spoke to you last week, I think it was last week, I'm losing track of time. And I said to you, sometimes we've got to shake our body, shake our muscles up and just break the habits. Okay, so I said to you, resistance work, HIIT training, something that just goes, wah. Okay, so we've done 10,000 steps every day, that's great, but your body's doing the same thing every day. Shake it up, and you have done it, and you've done everything right. So while you're doing all these workouts, it's not essential to do 10,000 steps a day. I hope that answers your question. Okay, and your other question. Hi Lester, I've got lots of questions. Oh, the water one. Sorry, apologies if you've been watching this from the beginning. I'll just go over it again about the water. Yes, you can drink too much water. And as I said earlier, okay, more people have died from overhydration than dehydration. I was telling you about a woman that did the Lighter Life diet because I did a lot of research on dieting. I've got research papers on it. Okay, that's why I know so much about dieting, why it's very bad for you. She was doing the Lighter Life diet to lose weight for her wedding, and she had to drink 4 litres of water a day, somewhere between 4 and 6 litres a day, and it killed her. Okay, she drowned her own organs because she drank too much water. Okay, you will know if you are dehydrated. Okay, thirst is an indicator, but a clear indicator is the colour of your wee, or urine. Okay, if it's dark and smelly, you need to drink more water. Okay, but if you're drinking if you're drinking plenty of water, I was going to say if you're having a good nutritious diet, so fruit, vegetables, okay, they hydrate you, they've got water in, okay, and if you're sipping regular drinks, you're having hot drinks, okay, they're hydrating you, even milk hydrates you, okay, so my biggest advice to you is if your wee is clear or light coloured, you are fine, okay, listen to your body and what it's telling you, okay, does that answer your question? Okay, so sipping regular drinks of water is fine, but the biggest indicator is your wee, basically. So if it's clear, if it's light, that's fine. If it's dark and if it smells, it's not. Drink more water, but listen to your body and drink little sips, not too much in one go. And your fruit and vegetables hydrate you too. Okay, does that answer all your questions, Tamsin? It's quite scary how much people think you need to drink lots of water. Okay, 2 litres a day is perfect. Okay, sipping it regularly, keeping you nice and hydrated. Too much in one go, it's not worth it. Okay, there was a radio show, I remember them, it used to play these when I lived in Hull, and a lot of radio shows did this, where they used to get people to drink loads of water and wee for as long as possible, and they'd listen to how long they could wee for. Okay, somebody died doing this, because they, again, like the woman that did Lighter Life, they flooded their organs, they drowned their own organs. Okay, people have done marathons, have died from overhydration. So be careful. Again, all in moderation. Listening to your body, okay, your gut and your mind, connect them together. Drink when you're thirsty, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Okay, listen to your body and what it needs. Does that answer all your questions? Okay. I don't even know what time it is. Any more questions? 5 more minutes. Fire away. I'll go back to vitamin D while we're waiting. Okay, sunlight, best source. Lots of calcium in your diet to absorb it. Okay, you get that from your leafy greens, you get it from your milk, your alternate milk products. So if you're a vegan, okay, your alternate milk products are often fortified with calcium. Okay, but if you're not, your milk, your cheeses, your yoghurt, okay, sardines, because they've got the little bones in, okay, they've got vitamin D and calcium in. Okay, there's lots of natural sources out there. Okay. If you struggle to get sunlight, or you're not getting much exposure to it, supplement with vitamin D2 and vitamin D3. Okay, because it's essential for our bone health, it's essential for our organs, and it's essential for our immune system. Okay, exercise again, it's good for our immune system, keeps us strong. Again, it's all about balance. Too much exercise is not good for us. Okay, but a little bit every day, 3 to 4 times a week, keeps us healthy. Okay, and a good diet. Nutrition, antioxidants, you've all heard it before, but I will waffle on about it. Any questions before we go? I'm just skipping through my book. If anybody is in, I know a lot of you have already got this book, if anybody's interested, just send me a message. It's all in here. I'm just looking for the antioxidants page. Okay, so going back to your diet again, nutrition is key. But keeping your immune system strong is getting lots of fruit and lots of vegetables into your diet, okay, to get the antioxidants, alright, and that's the fruit and veg highest in colour. Okay, not only does it boost your immune system, it aids stress relief, it reduces inflammation, improves recovery, it relieves depression, and it repairs cell damage. There is lots of reasons to have antioxidants, as well as good for your brain and your gut health. Linda, in my head I still think I'm 21. Me too. But I know I'm trying to push myself on some of the training I can't do, so I get annoyed. Don't get annoyed, Linda. Work to you know, you're doing more than anyone else who's sat down on the couch watching all these series on Netflix. You've got to give yourself a pat on the back and say, I'm doing really well here. And everything is adaptable. And if there's anything you're struggling with, you tell me, okay, and I'll give you an alternative exercise. Okay, you should be proud of what you're doing. All right, you're eating good food, you are exercising. You've got to practice positive self-talk, because our minds, like I said earlier, can be our best friend or our worst enemy, and we've got to tune into our best friend side, because that's what's got to going to look after us. Okay, so I know you're doing well, and you know you're doing well. So just go like that for me. Give yourself a pat on the back, because you've been doing the exercise, and it doesn't matter, because some of them are really hard. All right, and I don't recommend that you do everything that I do. Okay, so if you're struggling with anything, just comment when I'm doing a live workout, just say, can you do me an alternative one for that? And I will do you one for that. If there's anything you can't do because you've got an injury, tell me and I will give you an alternative exercise. Alright? It's not a problem. Right. Does that answer your question, Linda? Alright, you should be proud of yourself. We are so guilty of being negative in our minds, and we have got to practice positive self-talk. We've got to tell ourselves how much we love ourselves, alright? And focus on our skin and our hair and our energy, alright? Forget about the bleeding scales, alright? We don't care what the numbers say, alright? We should be saying, yeah, we're feeling good, we're doing exercise. Well, be happy, because you're a beautiful, lovely person. Okay, I've got the note you sent me stuck on there to remind me, because I appreciate all the little things you do. And I've got your lovely love heart. I've got flowers in the background and the card from Sarah. Alright, it's all the little things that make me smile. Okay, so you should be proud of yourself. You're doing an awesome job. Okay, you are healthy and you are fit. Okay, so just tell yourself how lovely you are and keep doing what you're doing. And remember, if you're stuck on anything and you want an alternative exercise, that's fine. If you need a rest day, have a rest day. Listen to your body and tell yourself how wonderful you are, because you're a wonderful person. Okay? And do that for me. That's an order. Okay? Smile. Right. How are we with time? 2 minutes. 2 minutes for questions to come through. And then I might waffle on about something else. Is everybody feeling good after box fit? I really enjoyed that workout. I like them when they're sort of short sessions and they're fast and quick and sort of boost your morale. And I know there's a minute delay between things. So I just sat looking at myself smiling. I'm going to have to set this up on Zoom and I can have your smiley faces looking at me. You're welcome. Okay. Right. 1 more minute for things to come through and then I'm going to switch off for the day. Okay, while I'm waiting, the next workout will be on Sunday. Can you see them? Beautiful tulips. They last like ages. I got some tulips off my mum for my birthday in March, and they just lasted for about 5 weeks. They were great. I love tulips. That was a good choice. Okay, so I know most of you got the book. If you've got any questions about the book, just ask. That's fine. Yeah, partner workout. I know I was on training for. Okay, midday, probably midday. I will confirm on Saturday. It'll either be 11 AM or 12 PM on Sunday, depending how hot it is, because we don't want it too hot like it was last week, because it was boiling last week. Next workout. I was just saying that. I know there's a delay on here. So yeah, next workout will be on Sunday. It's the partner workout, but remember the partner workout is all adaptable to be individual. You literally just do what I do. Okay, it just means my partner runs up and down and then we switch, so it's all doable. So that will be either 11 AM or 12 PM on Sunday. You're welcome. I'll confirm on Saturday the exact time, because I'm going to see how hot it's going to be on Sunday. If it's not too hot, it'll be till 12 PM, but if it's going to be a hot day again, we'll do it at 11, because it's a little bit cooler. Okay? Right. So, if I've missed anything, I will reply to your comments. I'd like to take this time again to thank you to everybody who has sent me donations. I appreciate it very much, okay? And for those, don't feel any pressure whatsoever to send one, okay? I do appreciate it, but I am offering this for free. But I am very, very grateful to you all for those that have sent donations, and I'm very, very grateful for the sweaty selfies, the smiley selfies that you keep sending me, and the lovely feedback I get. It keeps me saying, okay, this is what I do and I love doing it. Okay, and I'll try as long as possible to keep doing this for free. So we'll just see how things go, and I'm happy to set up like online stuff when this starts to come to an end. Okay, if anybody does want to send me a donation, I will put the link on. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. Okay, so it's just literally, it's the alternative Buy Me a Coffee. So I'll put the link on the comments section, and it's on the Facebook page as well. Okay, but no pressure to whatsoever. Only if you want to. That's cool. All right, it's been a pleasure speaking to you today. All right, so you're very welcome, Sarah. You're very welcome, Katie. You're very welcome, Sarah. And I hope I've answered all your questions. I hope you found it helpful. I'll probably come back and do this again in 2 weeks if there is a call for it. You're very welcome, Tamsin. Okay, if you need any advice in the meantime, I'm doing half-price consultations, and I've spoken to a few of you separately. If you want any information on that, just give me a shout, okay? Or just save me questions for next time on here, which will probably be in about 2 weeks' time, if you would like me to come back and talk to you about more vitamin D and the immune system and protein and healthy fats and everything else that I tend to waffle on about. That's fine. Okay, so for now, I will say goodbye. I will see you on Sunday for the partner workout. All right, you take care. You're welcome, Linda. See you soon. Bye for now.